Here now with Alex Sands, and Alex, you and I know the image that you're seeing right there. A lot of people saying it resembles an angel.
Nobody will believe me if I didn't do this live, but I want you to look at this cloud in the sky. Is that not an angel or what?
A Michigan couple getting the shock of their lives when they got an alert from their security camera in the driveway.
I was like, wow. I mean, that is an angel.
I choose to believe it. I think it's an angel.
The sky's the limit when it comes to the appearance of creatures never known to have existed. From mystical entities to actual cases of divine intervention. Tune in today with us to witness some of the strangest things that were actually seen in the sky. Unlike most cases of divine intervention, this is the one that perhaps is as literal as it could ever get. Footage captured in February 2018 shows a kind sighting of what looks to be Jesus Christ, who made an appearance. The figure turns up from behind the clouds and disappears soon after a lightning effect follows. All lasting only for a couple of seconds. The captured incident, which was otherwise hard to believe, left most wondering if this was some divine sign or actual message that the return of Christ isn't as far away as most would like to think. Ghost or Jesus? Whether this really was Jesus or just a ghost remains unclear due to the location where it was found. In September 2016, during the tribute to 9/11 victims, two powerful lights exposed a figure floating in the sky that captivated the world. Speculation arose about whether it was Jesus, an angel, or soul of one of the deceased of the terrible incident, while others believed it to be a trick of the light or photoshopped. Photographer Rich McCormick, who took the photo, denied any alterations.
I didn't realize the image was there until I went back to my camera and saw, and I enlarged it a little bit. I said, what's that white light up there?
The ethereal image appearing in the memorial lights stirred widespread curiosity and interpretations that no one has been able to answer. Peekaboo Angel. Seems like this winged fellow has grown weary of its regular duties, so much so that it resorted to playing peekaboo with the very person that it was supposed to hide from. Footage taken by an unknown source showed the moment when a glowing white figure with wings was seen playing along with the cameraman. Despite the exponential distance of its enthusiasm, the cameraman recording shared that he was certain it was looking at him. This, however, sparks obvious questions as to if this is an actual angel or something quite similar. Playing angels. Even if this is the actual case, these angels certainly have gotten carried away quite a bit. Brazil's city of Sao Paulo got to witness two angels that were seen in broad daylight while they were engaged in some kind of playful brawl after appearing from atop of a cloud, chasing and confronting each other till they disappeared under a dark cloud, presumably upon realizing that they had been seen by everyone. Some speculators, however, like to believe that these winged humanoids aren't angels, rather some extra-dimensional creatures with a similar form, since angels are not bound to make sudden appearances and mistakes at the same time. Sunray Portal. Initially, many were left with the impression from this being an unusual cloud activity to moving sun rays, or perhaps just some unchecked ultraviolet waves that have breached the surface of the Earth. The recorder shared that this was way more of a portal hidden under the cover of the brightness of the sun. Now, if you look closely, you can even see a human-like figure passing through some kind of suction, which otherwise would look to be a kind of receding sun rays. Could it be some alien pulling out of the area after potentially being compromised? Or perhaps things are much worse, with this being a possibility of an abduction. Winged life forms. Just because these life forms may initially seem like angels, doesn't necessarily mean that you join hands and sing Kumbaya. A homeowner in Argentina caught this intense moment while on the roof, showing several winged beings that looked to be either playing around or attempting to break into one of the houses. Rumor has it that these actually are a mythical creature in Philippine folklore referred to as ikik. These beings are described as shapeshifting, vampiric creatures that can transform from a bird-winged human and have a distinctive echoing kek-kek sound. It's said to locate its victims by mimicking the cries of a baby. Rectangular portal.
太神奇了。
Who'd have thought that portals came in all shapes and sizes, apart from the good old circular-shaped ones? Pedestrians in China's Shandong province got to see a possible gateway into another universe, as a mysterious rectangular light in the sky emerged from the clouds. While nothing was seen coming out of it, some of the bystanders believed that a vessel already did, being in a rectangular-shaped UFO, having some type of invisibility cloaking facility. Aside from the attention-seeking sighting, nothing was said to have further developed in or around the rectangular portal sighting. Ascending extraterrestrial. Over the course of decades, we may have seen aliens coming down onto Earth, be it in UFOs or using meteorite crashes as cover, but never seen them to be leaving until this. An early morning jogger found and recorded this incident of some extraterrestrial figure or anomaly that looked to be ascending from the surface towards the cloudy skies in Arizona. Assisted by some type of powerful electric bolt, it makes its way up, disappearing into the dense clouds. According to some Reddit spectators, this was some kind of new alien ship that was powered by electric charges in the environment. Predator Spaceship.
Go quiet, Pukuna.
If you've seen any of the Predator movies, you'd agree that this spaceship has quite the resemblance. A large triangular-shaped spaceship was caught on camera in an undisclosed location. The spaceship looked to be launching either some kind of pod or landing equipment seconds before it started descending, until the direct line of sight was lost. With the Predators having unimaginable tech and strength, the spectator decided not to investigate. In fact, it probably would have been wise to evacuate if such a sighting ever surfaced. Disney's Dragon. Having to see something like this in the night sky is both incredible for the kids, while at the same time concerning for the grown-ups, especially since it looks quite realistic. A video from December 2012 shows a dragon flying over New Fantasyland's media event at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. Now, while most would calmly say or believe it is a really good prop, when judging by its nature, flying patterns, and roars, it actually looks to be quite real. With dragons very common in fiction, imagine the horror if this one weren't, and bystanders wouldn't be concerned until it's too late. Crown Flash. This isn't some glitch in the Matrix, but a very rare weather phenomenon known as the Crown Flash that's in effect. A recorder in Italy shared a bizarre atmospheric activity that was taking place in the sky above the clouds. He took this footage and shared it on the internet, looking for an explanation. The crown flash occurs when sunlight reflects through tiny ice crystals above a cumulonimbus cloud that is aligned with the cloud's electric field. This makes the ice crystals reorient themselves when lightning hits the cloud below and creates this unusual development. Falling alien or devil. Either this alien fell out of its stupendous spacecraft, or it's a devil that's being dragged to hell far sooner than expected. During a family day at work, one of the employees noticed some falling figures too far ahead for him to be able to take a good look at it or recognize them. Now, what made it even stranger was that this so-called alien or devil remained stationary within the sky, while seemingly looking to be falling at the same time. While most of the observers justified it to be an alien at its lowest point in life, others were under the impression that this is the devil himself, being put to its long-awaited doom. Abducting UFO. After all those years of making sudden and unexplainable sightings, a UFO finally seems to have found its person of interest. A Minnesota couple's anniversary dinner was interrupted by this massive, unidentified flying object that appeared out of the blue only a few houses down the street. According to them, the UFO shed a bright light onto a particular house and pulled up matter, where coincidentally a military scientist is believed to have taken up residence. With the nature of the person of interest and silence from the government, no one knows what actually happened here aside from a potential case of UFO abduction. Giant or celestial being? With clouds coming in all shapes and sizes, you can never know what's hiding beneath or among them. This very tall figure was seen across the skyline in Uttar Pradesh, India, which, although looks like another weird cloud formation, many of the locals are under the impression that wasn't the case, as it was seen displacing. Some speculated that this could be the rising of an ancient giant that had been hibernating, while others believe it to be a celestial being similar to one in the popular Marvel movie Eternals. At this point, this being a Godzilla would probably be the safest bet. Trespassing anomaly.
Little white orbs, I'm not sure if they're balloons. There's a cluster of 3.
Had this been a drone, it would have been shot down, when instead it gathered curious bystanders. The footage was taken and uploaded in February 2015 by one of the spectators outside Fort Huachuca, a U.S. Army installation, where an unusually shaped object seemed to be hovering in the sky. The mere curiosity of what it could be gathered a huge crowd. Just when everyone thought that it could belong to the U.S. Army itself, the military denied and commented that it never appeared on the radar or triggered any of their state-of-the-art security systems. Flying silhouette. Sometimes shadows and silhouettes can be scarier than an actual ghost, especially when they aren't recognizable. A father and a daughter were enjoying a sunset and a walk in a residential area of Los Angeles until they came across this. A silhouette of a large, unrecognizable bird-like creature on top of a wired pole.
Time for you to go.
It wasn't until it jumped off and flew away, revealing itself to be a peacock. The simple fact that peacocks aren't known to make a casual appearance in urban areas, let alone sit on elevated areas like other birds would, naturally put it out of anyone's list of possible considerations. Witchcraft or Grim Reaper? With Halloween nowhere around, the possibility of this being some kind of costume display is highly unlikely. A visitor at an old age home in Kansas noticed this terrifying figure flying after numerous reports from the elderly. While some took it to be a Grim Reaper, the recorder who managed to get a closer look at it coined it to be the doing of witchcraft that left even him concerned. Once the authorities stepped in to investigate, it was later revealed to be a kind of kite that some teenagers were using to spook everyone around. Real-life well girl. A Hawaii resident noticed a bizarre sight of this figure that was flying high in the sky while gradually descending towards the residential area. Many have said that this looks like the girl called Tabitha from a horror movie. The blackish part on the head, along with the white dressing, made most of the viewers arrive at the same conclusion. With a tall wall around, perhaps it resorted to making its way by flying. Glitching bird.
This bird is trying to fly, but it's stuck. Oh shit, the bird got stuck in time. Look, no lie, bro.
Call it another glitch in the Matrix, or just that the air resistance was somehow rendering this bird's attempt to move ineffective. Footage taken by a man who was heading to work in January 2018 on the streets of London showed a bird that was either caught up in some Matrix glitch or was just struggling to overcome the overwhelming blow of the wind while attempting to fly in an opposite direction. Till now, no one has been able to pan out a proper explanation as to what actually was in the works here. Mysterious Tower of Light. This could have either been a portal of some kind or a ray of light from a UFO that abducts people. In September 2021, residents of Shenyang, China were quick to whip out their phones to film a giant light pillar that suddenly appeared out of the blue. It looked to be a kind of skyscraper that happened to be lit up. Interestingly, the source of it was not visible either because of some invisibility cloak or was too high up in the sky. After a while, it disappeared from the sky, and the fact that it never showed up on any military or aviation radars, well, while experts are still unsure as to the nature of this entity. Abnormal cloud formation. With the presence of weather engineering technology, having to see something like this happening was inevitable. Citizens of Morocco got to see a very abnormal cloud formation that was said to have appeared in between the city during the day for an hour before vanishing. While some speculated a possible effect of the incoming rain in other parts of the country, others were under the impression that it was weather modification or something bad that was imminent. Since the video was recorded in March 2023, nothing sinister as of yet has happened. Reddish black cloud. By looking at the nature of the cloud, you can know that this looks more like some dinosaur extinction level asteroid crash than an alien invasion in the works. The skies over Cape Town, South Africa had a strange occurrence of a reddish black cloud that looked as if something were to crash on the surface of the planet until it got halted at the last minute. With no reported meteorite, asteroid, or even aliens and UFO having crashed, this bizarre formation of cloud has so far had no scientific explanation left. Perhaps some heroes in disguise were able to put a stop to whatever this was in time, to avoid what otherwise could have been a disaster. Black ring. Looks like this is some kind of devil's portal to another dimension. A strange black smoke ring captured on video hovering over the northern Philippines sparked widespread amazement and various speculations. According to some witnesses, they even say some of the birds passing through it have randomly disappeared, dubbing it to be an alien portal. Ominous clouds, or even reminiscent of fictional Death Eaters. Lasting for 15 minutes, the odorless ring measured over 300 feet wide and maintained a consistent altitude between 600 and 3,000 feet. Despite a clear sky, many theories circulated suggesting extraterrestrial involvement or a vortex ring formed by warm air, known as a thermal microburst. Flying bicycle kite. Even for a flying bicycle kite, this is incredible to see possible. During a funfair event in an undisclosed location in China, most of the attendees were left in surprise upon noticing this kite composed of a manly figure riding a bicycle while remaining in the sky. While the owner of the display was not known, rumor has it that this flying bicycle kite was composed of some kind of a balloon filled with helium, while the human figure was that of a kite. The strong presence of wind almost made it seem quite natural. Sky figure with eyes. What's actually incredible about this never-seen-before cloud formation is either a coincidence or actual sighting of something. Footage from November 9th, 2023 shows a huge ghost-like figure composed of clouds blocking the direct view from the sun, while also having a kind of visible pair of eyes. While some would believe this to be an actual being, the other more logical explanation is that this was a rare series of coincidences where the clouds formed in front of the sun in a manner where the diving line makes it look like either of the eyes at the same point that looks sort of like a head. Tiny pods or objects. This is a sight of something, no matter how many times you look at it, it only makes things even more confusing. This caught-on-camera footage shared by an unknown source shows several tiny objects or tiny pods that are emanating from this shadowy cloud or portal of some kind. These so-called objects or pods seem to be guarding it. This is something that is inexplicable in words, but a sight to see. What do you think this could have been? Do share with us your opinion in the comments. Divine sign of Jesus. Call it a sign or a message from Jesus. It quickly got the much-needed attention it deserved. In October 2020, people in Indonesia noticed this footage of what they cited to be the appearance of Christ in the sky. This creature has quite the resemblance and can be seen as if it were waving a cross, and many took it to be Christ, reminding them that they are all being seen. According to priests, there was a sharp rise in repentance, with this incident reaching every member with a different message to live in peace and harmony. compromised alien craft? We know that aliens are very interested in visiting Earth and are more advanced than us in technology, but it looks like they don't want to pretend to hide it anymore. Visitors by Orange Beach in Alabama noticed this bizarre development in the sky that left them all speechless. The sight was that of a gigantic alien flying saucer in an idle condition. With the partial face of the craft not visible, many were left to wonder if this alien craft either mistakenly turned off its cloaking ability or just that it was damaged. Judging by how massive it is, it's safe to assume that it is quite close to the ground. Shadow cloud. For most, this may seem like just another coincidental cloud formation, whereas for others, it was getting to see their lost loved ones once again. This viral clip on TikTok, dating to August 2021, shows the phenomenon of clouds forming the shape of a woman wearing a hijab. According to the recorder, this reminded him of his late mother, who had passed away due to old age. Considering the accurate layout of the clouds that everyone else was able to see, it definitely seems to be the case, as depicted. Flame on clouds. A flame on the clouds? The possibility of something like that happening sounds rather absurd while visible at the same time. Back in August 2014, an unidentified individual shared a perplexing video capturing an inexplicable phenomenon. A mysterious light manifested above a cloud, resembling a flame, exhibiting serpentine or whip-like movements. The brightness resembled burning magnesium, but lacked accompanying noise or discernible effects. Observers were unable to trace its origin or cause. This flame-like light persisted for over a minute before abruptly disappearing, leaving onlookers puzzled. The uploader mentioned that observers couldn't see or track its origin, adding to the mysterious nature of the event. Mysterious light signatures. These might seem to look like some kind of shining stars huddled up together, until you realize that there's more to it than meets the eye. A mysterious series of light signatures were seen in the early morning sky of Sweden, which left everyone startled. It was thought to be some kind of shooting star or a meteorite, until the visible stars started to look more like part of some object, structure, or spacecraft. What exactly this was, or who it belonged to, remains a mystery, since these light signatures randomly disappeared within hours. Shapeshifting glow. With humans fast evolving with technology, aliens certainly seem to be way ahead of us. In June 2021, pedestrians on the street were terrified by the sudden appearance of a glowing, translucent UFO. Its unprecedented and rapidly shifting nature, changing shapes in seconds, along with varying light patterns, caught everyone's attention. Despite scientists struggling to provide a logical explanation, numerous speculations emerged, ranging from aliens attempting communication to the anticipation of the return of Christ. Whatever it was, you can once again feel free to share your opinion in the comments. Flying Leviathan. Aside from taking the benefit of the doubt, this is something far beyond insane, if not some kind of end of the world. This one-of-a-kind, attention-grabbing video was shared by a sidewalker on the streets of Senegal, showing a black flying entity with several tentacles. According to religious theorists, this very well could have been a Leviathan. For all those who don't know, Leviathan comes from the Hebrew Leviathan, which comes from a root word that means to twist, turn, wind, or coil. Just as it looks, it's a biblical sea monster that symbolizes chaos. It is often mentioned in mythological and religious texts, representing a formidable, monstrous creature. Stuck mid-air. While most would say this is some boomerang stuck in midair, this looks more like another bird that's caught up in the sky. Dashcam footage taken by a Reddit user shows a bird that kind of looks to be stuck midair, with only this one that didn't even flinch a muscle. Clearly, upon zooming in, you can see that the bird is not suspended by any cheap parlor tricks. With most of its wings, tail feathers spreading apart, and visible claws all remaining motionless, it states that this bird is hopelessly helpless. City-dwelling demon. Local wildlife experts were left astonished when this unidentified beast, resembling that of a giant bat with human features, surfaced in the dark of night. The creature gained internet fame, with some proclaiming it as a physical manifestation of a demon. A daylight recording in an undisclosed location heightened the mystery. Experts suggest it might be a rare bat species, possibly ancient, reaching a size of 8 feet tall and weighing over 500 kilograms. The creature's sudden appearance raises questions about its hibernation, proposing that it might have been disturbed after years of sleep, adding an element of intrigue to its existence. Open discussion. This picture and video were taken on December 19, 2021 in a Rio de Janeiro beach, showing what everyone believes to be an actual coming of an angel. It all started when the clouds suddenly started to spin around in a spiral formation that immediately caught everyone's attention. Moments later, this angel of a figure appeared with a bright white light cover that initially left many to wonder as a good sign, until the figure that followed through looked to be an angel, but was dark in appearance and holding a sort of grim reaper like cane. We leave this one up to you to decide what exactly it is. Virgin Mary, divine appearance.
You can't stare at the sun normally.
It's doing it now, guys.
Considering what's visible and how everyone is so surprised, excited, and at the same time outright happy, it almost appears as if the Virgin Mary herself made a divine appearance. Footage taken by an unknown source shows a blissful moment of all the bystanders cheering on the arrival of something far divine that is unfathomable coming down from the sky and making a physical appearance while being under the cover of bright sunlight. Could this actually have been the case? Well, no one knows for sure, since there's no other video footage or piece of information by any of the attendees. Glitch in Matrix. A woman, while driving on the streets of Arizona, noticed and recorded this unbelievable moment where a plane was somehow stuck in midair. She commented that the plane didn't seem to move for several minutes, and when in doubt, she even stopped to stare at it for a short while. Now, we know that plane hovering technology exists only in the most advanced military fighter jets, so there's no way a commercial airliner would have such a capability. With no other possible explanations left on the table, bystanders started to consider a huge glitch in the Matrix. Thank you very much for watching the video. Share in the comments, and do like the video and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.